Alright guys, here we are again, Jacksonville on the corner of Noonan Street. We are at the tax collector property appraiser's office here in Duval County. As you can see, they spared no expense on the building. Oh, this is the City Hall Annex. Lovely. Hello, how are you? I'm going to go to the tax collector in the property appraiser's office. Okay. Good, how are you? I got to go through a metal detector here?
Yes, sir.
Sweet. Let's see what's down here. It's not it. Tax collector, finance department. That's not it.
Someone didn't like me.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Someone to give some help, but no. What did he do, take off?
Did he? Yeah, he went to go rat someone out. Yep. You guys need something?
No, we're just checking out the building, seeing what's going on. Is he gonna go tell on us?
The worst part of this gimbal is right there.
Oh,
The lens picks up. So I gotta stick it out a little bit further.
Yeah.
Your property not having any exemptions is subject to a 10% increase each year.
Y'all look like you're having fun. How y'all doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Always fun. Can we help you or anything?
No?
I think we're all set. Thanks.
Right.
Signed in, huh? Captain Awesome loves signing in.
That's your license.
What time is it?
It's right there to your right. It's
106.
106. Ready? Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can come run, have a seat with me. I'll take it out.
Oh, all right. Well, I just had a question.
Sure.
Is there any exemptions for private property?
When you say private property, in what way?
Private property owned by the citizen fully without the state? Do you guys have private property here in Duval County, or is it just like residential, agriculture, commercial?
There are lots of different types of property. It's just really just going to depend on the way the ownership is listed. So it'll depend.
Okay, is there any ownership listed just as private property or no?
I'm not sure, but I can try to find out for you.
Okay, if you
Okay.
would, yeah, I'll
Yeah.
take a minute.
Yes.
This is Mrs. Clark, and she can assist you with it, okay?
Mrs. Clark.
Hi.
Hello, how are you, ma'am?
Wonderful. How are you?
Good,
Want to take
good.
a seat?
Thank you. Just trying to hook this up with some of my buddies. I don't know how it works.
So you have my name. You didn't give me yours.
I go by Captain Awesome.
Captain Awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun for everybody.
Are the other gentlemen, do they have questions? Or they?
No, they're just here with me.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if they wanted to come in with you or.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. They'll be fine. Alright. I don't know if she told you. Basically, what I was looking for was to see if there was any private property in Duval County listed, registered as private property, not residential, commercial, agriculture, any of those classifications, just classified private property. I know in the state constitution, property taxes won't be presented on private property unless other states exact the same, I believe is the wording for it, but it's in the state constitution. So I was just wondering if in Duval County there's any private property. No, residential isn't private, commercial is not private, so I was just wondering if there's any private property.
It's a unique question because to me, if I own property,
Yeah, even if you own it, like if you bought it straight out and you have the deed, if you look under your name, it'll say the word tenant. It won't
Yeah,
say
tenant entireties or tenant.
right. It won't
Yeah.
say owner. It'll
Yeah.
say tenant.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I have a tenant in my apartment building. He don't own it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, tenant. Yeah. I'm the property appraiser, Jerry.
Oh, Jerry, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. The term private property, I don't think is a classification that I've seen. You know, we only hear private as being private or commercial. Private meaning one individual, their property, their use,
Right,
stuff
that-
like that. But I don't.
And that works for citizen versus citizen.
Yeah.
Like if I was to go into your house, that would be private property. I
Yeah.
would be. But if the state was to go onto your property, like let's say the game warden, he's got full reign over your property. All he has to do is say he saw an endangered
Oh,
gerbil.
the state gives us jurisdiction to go on for property appraisal.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And so, although it's private property, we have jurisdiction because we have to do ad valorem taxes and we have to measure and make sure the house is correct.
Absolutely, which
Yeah.
is exactly the opposite of the word private.
Yeah, true.
Because
That's-
private means exclusion of everyone,
Yeah.
including government, you know?
The only private that, and we don't have any, would be some of the Indian territories may be considered.
Yeah, I was saying, you know, sometimes somebody's owned the land for, 200 years.
Multiple, since a grant, like the.
Right, yeah,
tax
since the
code
land grant or
Yeah.
the land patents,
Yeah.
right. But I don't know if they've all been given up or,
To my knowledge. Now, we can do some research for you.
okay,
You know, because again, there's 366,000 parcels in Duval County.
right.
You
And
know.
let me fill you on what got me started on
Sure.
this. Property taxes. When you
Yeah.
fall behind a property taxes, $5,000, $10,000, whatever, the state then is allowed. Or did you guys want to come in?
Y'all welcome to
I don't know
come
where
in.
he is.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't
Well,
get
you
it
can come in
Okay.
with us. We're talking about property,
You can
but
grab a seat if you want to come in.
yeah.
Have a seat.
But no, you're fine. Go ahead. When they take private property like that for back taxes, $5,000 or $10,000, now in the Constitution it says no private property shall be taken without just compensation.
Yeah, and that's, our office doesn't handle that. The tax collector handles that. But that's when they get tax certificate sales. First, they sell the tax, certificate, which means, okay, you owe this tax. So they sell the certificate. Somebody else pays the tax. You pay them interest until you pay them. and then after 3 years, I understand, we don't handle that tax
Right.
collector, then they're able to actually put the land up for sale.
Right.
You know, and
Right.
that does happen in tax deed sales.
Right,
But
no,
you're right.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But the only thing I could think of was that there's no private property anymore. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to take it for $10,000.
Yeah.
Because the Supreme Court said that just compensation is fair market value.
Yeah,
So, and I've seen stories like in the Washington Post, a gentleman lost his $190,000 house over $500 in taxes he couldn't pay, so the fines added up, ended up being $5,000.
yeah, I definitely check with the tax collector before you leave, because he'll give you the details and it's not our
Okay.
expertise. But even when they do a tax deed sale, from my understanding, whatever they get for the property, they pay off the tax deed, and then the owner has the right to the other amount. So
Well, right, but
they
if-
won't sell land for 500. You owe 500 or 5,000 or 50,000,
Right.
but the land's worth 600,000, and you didn't get your, they sell it for what you owe, I think, but that's their expertise. Ours is
Okay.
and I know you know this. Ours is to appraise property in Duval County for ad valorem taxes.
Okay.
That's our job.
All right, yeah,
So-
it was just a simple question.
No,
I
it
didn't mean
is.
to take
No,
up
hey,
a whole
we're
bunch of
here to
your
answer-
time or nothing.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, we got all the time in the world. We're here to answer any questions you got, and so where we don't have the expertise, when we'll tell you, I don't have the expertise, that's another constitutional officer or something.
Right, absolutely. Okay, well, you guys have been great.
No, we appreciate you coming.
Yeah, no, thanks for taking the time out. I know you guys are busy
You're
down
Captain
here.
Austin, so what are you?
I'm Kitty Girl.
Kitty Girl. I
Kitty
can't
Girl.
imagine what the other guy's name is. Come on.
That's James Madison.
Okay.
Yeah, he-
I was expecting something a lot better.
No, he's the founding father.
Okay. Well,
But
listen.
okay, listen,
Hey,
I
I
won't take up
appreciate
no
y'all
more of your
coming
time. Of course, guys. Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Thank you.
I'll show myself out this way here.
Thanks, guys. But definitely visit our tax collector.
Yeah, no, we
the
had
way
planned.
through the hall.
Yeah, down at the bottom, right?
But no, his office all the way at the end of the hall.
Okay.
The actual tax collector. Jim Overton.
All right. Okay.
Get a charge started?
When was that deed recorded?
It looks like it's starting.
Yep. I think so.
All right, sweet. Sweet. So, what we found out there, James, was that there's no private property here in Duval County. Everything's listed agriculture, residential, commercial. They don't have anything just listed private property. See, because I've been wondering how they're getting around the private property clause in the Constitution where no private property shall be taken without just compensation.
Down there, you can go out that door right there if you're on your way out.
Yeah, we're going to see Jim Overton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotta go in this door. Yeah,
No, you can't go in this door.
No food for you, bud. No soup for you. No soup for you.
So, that's,
So what happens is they take private property for back taxes, but in the Constitution it says just compensation, which the Supreme Court said is fair market value. So you got guys losing their houses for $5,000, $10,000 in back taxes, then getting it sold, and then of course they'll say, well, whatever's left we give them, but sometimes that's not the market value of their home. And in a lot of states they don't even do that, and if they do, it takes you years to get the money. It's crazy.
so there's no private property,
Right.
which means how can they seize
Well,
property or?
it's how they're allowed to seize property.
Gotcha.
Because if there's no private property, you can seize it for the fines for not mowing your grass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you read the Constitution, it says no private property shall be taken without just compensation.
So I see.
Just compensation is fair market value. So unless you owe $190,000 in fines on your $190,000 house, they shouldn't be taking it.
But it's not listed as private property.
Right, and just, he even confirmed it, he said the property appraiser's office, he goes, we got jurisdiction to come onto your land. So, and I said, well, that defeats the, oh, here it is, right here.
It defeats our protections.
Yeah, it defeats the whole purpose, and, oh, here we go. Oh, no,
Yeah, push it. Push it.
oh, there we go. Sweet. Excellent.
Hi.
Hello, I was directed by the property appraiser to come see Jim Overton if he's available.
Okay, and you are
I am Captain Awesome.
Captain Austin.
Captain Awesome.
Well,
Yep, he might have heard of me.
just a minute. does have someone in his.
Oh, take his time. Yeah, I'll be here for a minute or two. Captain, awesome to see you.
Come on in.
Oh, great.
Hey.
Hey guys, we're independent journalists. I was just down at the property appraiser's office. We were just trying to gather some information. I was looking specifically with him if there was any private property listed in Duval County. He said there's not. I was-
private property
Yeah.
listed in Duval County, what does that mean?
Something not listed, residential, commercial, agriculture, like from an old land grant or a land patent. See, in the state of Florida, in the Constitution, you can't put ad valorem taxes on private property. So my guess is that there is no private property in the state of Florida. And that is akin to the Supreme Court and the United States Constitution.
It's very much a property appraiser kind of a notion.
Well, right, but he asked me to come down here to talk to you about the tax deed sales of the homes that have been taken for the back taxes.
That's not us, the clerk of circuit court.
Yeah, clerk of the circuit court actually does that.
They do the selling of the,
They do.
okay, so clerk of circuit court does the selling of the property?
When you have someone whose back taxes are not paid, right?
Mhm.
And eventually they go through a series of kind of things get worse, more delinquent, then the clerk of the court will actually sell the property.
Okay, and do they sell it for the market value of the
They sell it
home?
for the bid, they bid it.
Okay, for whatever they can get for it.
Well, unless it's homesteaded, then they have to, there's a higher, a different requirement, so that the property owner is compensated at a higher rate. I believe it's 50%, the opening bid has to be 50% of the assessed value if it's homesteaded, but the clerk of courts who would answer that.
Okay, do you know what the opening bid would be if it's not homesteaded? 20, 30% maybe?
I wouldn't, they would.
Okay.
They conduct the sales, we do not.
Now, do you guys know just offhand if once the sale is completed, after the tax bill is paid, does the homeowner get the rest of that money?
You would have to ask them. for
Okay,
sure.
clerk of the circuit
Yeah,
court.
clerk of circuit court.
All right, gentlemen, thank you for your time.
Good.
Didn't mean to interrupt you guys. You look busy.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. All right, thank you very much, ma'am.
You're welcome.
James, dip out again?
Yes.
James! James!